What's up, guys? Vince right here. And yeah, welcome back to VinzTalk. Feeling good. I'm not laid down as I usually am, so I decided to stay up straight to actually, I don't know, talk about whatever. We got a couple of updates here and there. I kind of want to get into this, but I am going to get into it more as the show goes on about my PC and gaming content and basically updating like what's been happening. I just want to say this: Windows, yeah, Windows fucking up. Like they're I don't know what's going on. They're just breaking my PC in half to the point where I have no choice but to actually get a new PC, and it's really bad. It is really bad. My piece, like my laptop at this point, especially being a Dell laptop, not a dedicated gaming laptop, even though I played so many games on it, it's kind of insane. Like my laptop basically matured into a gaming laptop, even though it was meant for it. But at the same time, I feel like it's at its limits. I've been in this kind of like weird predicament before when it comes down to the blue screen and my Windows game blue screen. It's doing that thing again where, yep, they got rid of the freaking Bluetooth, which I can't use my Bluetooth controllers. And not only that, my PC is now slowly getting eaten up with its storage. Now it's down to 7 GB storage, and it's ridiculous. It's like Windows. Can you stop doing this? I wonder if they're doing this so they know that I can get a new PC, that I need a new laptop. And yes, I'm due for a new laptop for the longest time. But at the same time, man, this is not good, especially for those. And the thing is that I could afford a laptop. Right now, I always think about other people. A lot of people cannot afford another laptop, and mine is breaking. I can't even go back playing my usual indie games that I play. I can play a couple of emulators here and there, but when it comes down to the indie games, and there's been new indie games, especially with the Steam's Next Fest, I wanted to play those games. And right now, it has sucked because my PC broke from playing just a simple indie game that had a free demo. And just like that, my computer just resetted itself, full factory mode. And it's like, what the heck is happening? So I'm worried that I might get another blue screen, and or something will happen or shrink. It's to the point where I can't even use my freaking laptop anymore. It is that bad. So right now, I don't even know what to do. I'm kind of waiting very patiently for Windows to drop an update that would actually, I don't know, bring it back to normal, because usually it never does this. I play a bunch of games, heavy games, and my laptop was okay. It was okay. There was like some heavy games that I played on my laptop. And just out of nowhere, a small emulator is draining all the data out of my laptop. Just my laptop is literally bleeding at this point. You can only put so many attachments where it gets to the point where it's like, yeah, it's not even usable and it's not gonna work. And it's like, what the hell do I even do anymore? So yeah, I'm kind of like lost and also wondering like, okay, what do I do? This is really bad because only one indie game could actually literally summon a freaking another blue screen on my laptop. And I honestly don't know how to game. It's not useful for gaming at this point. Like, I got to figure it out, or I seriously need a new laptop. And here's the thing. Never have I ever. We're talking about even the lowest RTX. Guess what? My PC has no RTX. It has no graphics card. It has no NVIDIA or something. It has a little bit of something to actually play. The most bare minimum of actually playing is beyond impressive as it is. And I try to showcase games. I try to showcase indie games that you can run on your cheap laptop, because at this point in time, the freaking laptop and PC prices are through the roof. And even though I'm in good position to actually get a new laptop, it's still it's still bad, because with how everything is going in the market, or at least in the tech market, is just straining because of AI. And right now, it's kind of like this, like, crap, do I pull the trigger or do I not of actually getting a new laptop? I don't know. Because it's so far, it's just not looking good for me when it comes down to actually in this situation. Like, I know it was gonna get bad, but I didn't know it was gonna get bad this quick. So right now it's off. My laptop is off, and I kind of have to, I guess, live off of just like whatever games I have on my emulation station and also my PS3. But other than that, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. Okay, let me try to find a way how to talk about this very calmly. So right now, there was a news about this person named Walter Madison that actually protests for the left. And there was, I guess, somewhere in his side of the left, well, he was protesting against the right or something and fighting for immigrants and, all that good stuff. Yeah, pretty much within the left, there was someone behind him that threw a bomb, and it was a Muslim terrorist that actually threw something over his head, but still, Walter is still part of that side. Goes into the discussion, and I don't want to get into, the religious aspect or anything. There's a part of me where I kind of want to, but at the same time, it's all due to because I question how is this accepted within the Muslim faith or at all. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like, who accept this, who fight for this, because there's even many Christian channels saying like, oh, this is something that is of their book, And there's a part of me where I'm very afraid to hear that. And also the idea within Islamic faith just I don't know about it. You guys gotta understand, I'm Filipino, born into a Christian country, and it's like I don't understand. I really, I don't. Like, I don't understand within anything of the Quran or any, like, and there's many aspects, especially from the Middle East, that have inspired me, especially the way I ate when I was, in Greece for a little bit. And I still don't know. I still don't know what's going on or what triggered that. But at the same time, it is kind of sad. There's part of me why I pray for the left. Because when you're in that side that is, destructive and dangerous, I'm just afraid. Especially as somebody that grew up here in California, that is a blue state, I genuinely just hope, we can act calmly, that we are not of violence or anything like that. And when I say we, I mean Californians, and especially people that are mostly Democrats. I just can never vibe with that side, compared to the right. And there was a time where I didn't like the right, so I sided with the Democrats. But now I sided with nobody. I'm an unbiased person. Ever since I, became Christian, I just became more I actually became less conservative. Now I think about it, and more I see people's fruits in their, the way they act or how they are. And also seeing people just, their sense of morality. And if they are, kind individuals, and that's all that matters. Listen, we don't want any trouble, we don't want any violence. It's already bad as it is out here, and pretty much I just want the best for people, but I also want to mind my business. You're listening to some guy on the internet. Me, I'm just a normal person. I didn't do anything wrong, but I just don't want to get into a fight of, especially with the history of violence that the left has been showing. When it comes to the, school shootings, when it comes down to the certain things they say or they advocate for, especially the killings and especially that whole thing with Charlie Kirk, it kind of shows their true colors much more. And maybe, there's a lot of people on the right that are the same too. But the thing is that you got to think about the majority. And there's a part of me when I was looking at this, especially with Walter Madison, and I get that, he's still siding with people within the left. But at the same time, think about where your life is heading to or where you're going to be in the next years and stuff like that. I'm not here to dictate anyone of just what political side or anything. I feel like you should not be political and just be a normal person and understand that, you just go off of what you feel under God's commandments. And also that's what I personally feel like. But at the same time, it's all about the morality, The only time we became immoral is we become black-pilled and also just citing with violence and just having to, feel like everything can be fixed with a quick punch in someone's face, which is not the answer. It is not the answer. A lawless town, a lawless country is somewhere we don't want to live in, You just think about all these other people that have the rights. Like me saying this, I could only imagine if I was like in certain countries like Iran. I honestly don't know how or what would happen to me. So, even the worry of if I said this, if I was in the UK with their laws of free speech, like I would probably go to jail. And I'm just very lucky to be in the US because I go by of like what is right and what is wrong. Like, what do you think is right and wrong is what you dictate. But don't think like violence is the answer. It's not. It's not. And all of a sudden, there's like certain people in UK, and I can't really bother to remember, but just saying like, hey, we shouldn't really make fun of people that that actually are just giving their opinions. We shouldn't make it fun, like and also sudden they get killed, and we shouldn't make fun of them. All of a sudden, that's that's just enough to get you in jail in the UK or something. And I could be wrong in some of these accounts or whatever. I don't give a damn. I just want people to make sense. You think I just, wanted this war for no reason? That's why I never really sided or really even hang with much of the left group. I feel like there's many groups within, other aspects that actually are much more calmer, especially, that are probably not of the right. But, that's just me. I just look at this, I'm like, man, you gotta leave. Like, it's bad for your mental health as it is. But really siding, and we can't make up our decisions a lot of times, and we just, I guess, remain unbiased. And people say like you have to pick a side. I don't need to. Only decide with God. But other than that, yeah, I just I don't know what it is. I'm bad at talking about this stuff. I can't imagine what it is to ever have like a channel that is a political channel, and just like. How do you even, navigate yourself out of like certain these weird situations, and also this controversy here and there without actually, it's just like always feel like someone is breathing down my neck, whether it's like the left, like, just, like breathing down and just like waiting for me something to say or something, or within the right saying like, oh, you're not hard enough, you're not a real man of God, you're not this and that or something. And it's like, well, I don't even know, okay? It's just like we shouldn't throw violence and throwing the bomb. And here's the thing: is it like that? Is the guy, the Middle Eastern that threw a bomb or something like that? Yeah, he should be counted for jail because that is a crime. You gotta understand what makes sense here. What is a crime is a crime, and I'm sorry, you should be in jail for that. Anyways, moving on to gaming news, something less serious. Happy Mario Day, or March 10th. Apparently that's Mario Day. And also apparently they have a freaking sale, even though, how about you make it cheaper, okay? I get that, Nintendo is busy with fighting the U.S. government or something, but at the same time, I don't know what you call this. So as I'm just like, as I was seeing, like it's Mario 10, and pretty much, I guess for the most part, one thing that I wish that happened is that, Nintendo would do like a Nintendo Direct, but it would not be for the Switches, okay? It would not be for like whatever indie games they have. It would be for Mario ROM hacks. And I wish that something like that happened out there, because Nintendo is that serious that if any channel out there would make one, they are probably, they have to be ready to delete or just fight against Nintendo, if we got to be honest. But I do remember, if I recall, a long time ago, that there was a channel that showcased a couple of mods for Mario 64 or some of the Mario games in the GameCube and stuff like that. And there's a lot of treasure within the fandom of Mario. ROM hacks galore. Okay, from GB, from GBA, from to N64, to so on and so on. And there is just a high list of it. And the thing is that sadly it's not showcased out there. So I wouldn't call this as a March 10th, all because they're doing their dumb sales or whatever. No, what about the community? The community is more important than Nintendo. Y'all not giving them like enough credit. Damn it. And they've been doing this for years at this point. Anyways, whatever. Also, it's like his 30th anniversary or something like that. I don't give a damn. I feel like Mario is like, older than me at this point. I don't know. But yeah, well, whatever. They're dealing with the freaking government. Which, speaking of, Nintendo versus the U.S. government or versus the American taxpayers or something, fighting for tariffs. I think last VinzTalk, I didn't really give I just started complaining about Nintendo because, well, I have a lot of angst surrounding Nintendo. If I got to be real, emulation is king, and they just snipe every emulate, like they just do that easily. And the amount of greed within Nintendo is absolutely insane. I can't bother to even care about them. I only care about the Nintendo from back in the day, apparently. But at the same time, yeah, they're still fighting. I don't know the details, guys. This is not a political channel. This is a person that, argues when it comes down to politics. Maybe it's the morality sense, like I said before. But when it comes down to Nintendo, and they're like, it's like, yeah, they have lawyers that are just bored. We're like, yeah, well, let's just go after the U.S. government. Sure, Nintendo, you could, yeah, whatever. Just do whatever you want, I guess. Just freaking have a yacht in space, why don't you? I don't give a damn. Moving on, the gaming situation with my laptop. Oh yeah, I talked about that already. Which, I wish I could play some games. Looks like I'm gonna skip this next fest. But man, I still think about it. I'm really thinking about it. Getting a PC right now. I'm looking at the Gigabyte laptop. If you know, you know. Yes, there's Alienware, there's Asus, but those cost a freaking bone in the leg, or 1,000 bones and legs. But when I saw this, I was like, let me think about it. Because it's a decent price. It's still close to the 1,000 range. And I'm just looking at it like, yeah, okay, that looks nice. Yeah, set up. But also, moving on, yeah. Mama Muse. Mama Muse. I have to say that. But yeah, if you know the game Muse, I think let's say it. I'm not going to say it in the most authentic Japanese. I don't even need to, okay? Japan still owes money. It's a Filipino joke. Anyways. Yeah, Amamuse, or whatever that horse game is, Pretty Derby is doing their thing in Peru. They have a race there. And fun fact, in Peru, I wish I can share this in side scrollers because I would actually tell them a fact about Peru, that Peru has a lot of Japanese people. And pretty much a lot of these, it makes sense why they have this and why it's popular and stuff like that. You'd be thinking like California is the only place like, that's that many Japanese. No, Peru actually has a lot of Japanese people. They even had, one time they have like a Japanese president, long time ago. So yeah, that's pretty interesting that they're doing a freaking realistic Amamutse Pretty Derby over there in Japan. Now, I actually was planning to actually check out Amamutse a long time ago, but that never happened. I wish. Maybe there's an anime. I could just stick with that. You know what I mean? If I want to know more about Amamuse, or if I see cosplays of it in freaking Sac Comic-Con. I don't know. But moving on. Next up, this is something deep. So you know me, I'm a Christian. And there is this Christian VTuber named Celestium. And every time I hear her in side scrollers, she is always going through it. It feels like everything is just thrown into her. At least that's what it sounds like. Because my goodness, when she was banned from TikTok for the most BS type bullshit, I just what are you even banned for? For preaching the Lord. Like that, apparently that's like an offense against Twitch. Twitch got a problem with that, huh? Got a problem with God. Maybe they need God, huh? Huh? Twitch, bitch? Okay, I need to calm down. My anger is getting up there. I just don't understand with people having an argument against people's religion, especially when it comes down to Christianity. Why would you look at that as like an attack or something? Name anything bad in the Bible. Go ahead. Twitch wouldn't do that because they don't damn read it. Because they probably would say it more than ever. Okay, I'm going to just say it. I'm going to call it like that. Plain simple. What, seriously, Twitch? Over here, giving suspensions to what, also Celestium. The sad thing, here's the thing that makes me angry. Just an innocent girl, Christian VTuber, Just like any other VTuber, you have all these other VTubers with certain questionable dresses, and also Iron Mouse with her demonic tone, or not demonic tone, but basically demonic looks or something like that, equivalent to a bad. I get it. But at the same time, you just gotta ban this Slusham, and she's not even a big Twitch streamer. But still, it's just wrong. Like, all because she's just preaching the gospel in Roblox, and Roblox need it more than ever. It's like, what is going on here? This is like the definition of like people that are just against the word of God, basically. And I think the Bible says that for many people will be like, not, just like offended by just having the word of God just there, and be all because they're doing something good. It's the same equivalent of just like that one guy that was working a Whataburger, and he got fired because he was preaching the word of God while just making videos, just preaching the word of God. And it's just like, this is a crime. This has to be like filed in court, because isn't the discrimination of against religious practices or religion itself is a crime? Apparently, like, no one cares about that freaking law. Because once Jesus is brought up, oh, we got a problem. We got a problem now. I hate it. I don't understand. It's just frustrating. It gets to me. Any sense of people hating God just gets to me. I don't know what it is. When people are, good, and they try to be good, and you just effed it up. You just effed it up. And that's what gets to me emotionally. It's like, people, they try to find. I don't even blame many, like other practices, like Buddhists or, Islams or something. People try to find God in many ways. They're trying to be a better person. They try to change their life. And you just F it up. You're just like, nope, you're banned, you're suspended, it's like, what is happening? All because of me. Like, if I work at a freaking McDonald's, and I wear like a cross, or like just a tattoo that with the word Jesus, that's enough to get me fired. Are we serious right now? Are we serious right now? It's just stupid. That your brain is backwards at that point. Beyond smooth brain. Okay? I can say so many things right now. Oh my God. But I'm gonna come down, because I'm gonna let God handle it. It's just it's disgusting. And seeing this just gets to me. Like, we already see enough things going on within, especially as a Christian. I see, schools, church schools, just like getting shot, these crazy lunatics. And also you just see many people, especially what's going on, like, in other countries where other extremists are, especially Islamic extremists, killing Christians. Like, it's just, what is happening? It just shows you, when people say the final days are coming, they are coming. They're coming. So I hope many prayers for Celestium to actually strive for the Lord and actually be with Christ when it comes to all of this, because I know that many hate is going to come, and that's pretty much bound to happen. It says so in the Bible. But other than that, moving on. So, okay, what's this? GDC. I wanted to go to GDC, man. 2000, like, it is close by or something. Here's the problem. I saw the prices. It's like $800 for a ticket. No wonder. I think it was a good reason why I never been to GDC. And it's like, the thing is that I wonder what it would be there. Now, I don't know about you, because my favorite channels, one of my favorite gaming channels, Kind of Funny, actually went to GDC. And pretty much they go there probably free. No wonder they advertise there or something like that. Maybe it has to do something with that. Maybe they don't go anymore. I don't freaking know. I haven't caught up. But at the same time, damn. Yeah, GDC. It just looks like that's not going to, just roll by for me, because, listen, I could afford a ticket. I'd rather buy a laptop. Let's be real. I'd rather spend money on something that is worth it than what isn't worth it, which is, and the thing is that that's the only gaming convention that is next to me. Now, will they have retro games? Will they have this and that? I don't know. But, GDC is too damn expensive to go, especially for indie gamers. Ah, man. Why the $800 ticket for a digital pass? Are you serious? Like, is this for something that what are you hiding in there, What's with the greed? Anyways, I will just watch the live indie. I don't think the indie shows or the Or like the award show, whatever they got going on, it's not even worth it either. There's a part of me where it's like, okay, this is bound for business, for big business people. I don't know. Think about it. Let's see how many millions I get when I make my just a random decision. I'm like, okay, I guess I can go to GDC since it's only this much or something. Damn, you think like $100 for a convention? And I've been to one that's like almost $100, but for this one it's 800. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know that, boy. Okay, so let me talk about this other news. I guess this is related to animation or gaming, whatever you may call it. Well, mostly gaming, mostly nothing. I don't know. Melanie Mac. I never really liked Melanie Mac. I just don't understand what the heck her accent come from. And also the ways that she tries to look young. I can just tell. But she is a woman of Christ. So, I gave her, the benefit of bravery. Even though there's certain criticisms here and there from me about her. But yeah, she's getting canceled because, well, her by the way, Melanie Mac has a man. I mean, it's bound to happen. And yeah, this person that is going to marry Melanie Mac is also a cosplayer. And now, for whatever reason, there is this new color, this new skin within the cosplaying community that this man, people like just like, by the way, people need to understand that anyone can believe whatever. You got to understand the freedom here in the U.S. that you have, where you like who you believe or, what political side. That's you because you're a grown-up and you're a grown-ass man. And this grown-ass man is getting canceled all because he is marrying Melanie Mac, which Melanie Mac is a hardcore, conservative Christian. And also still a goth. And it's like, what is happening? Of course, they got canceled somehow and all of this is going to roll over later on. But like the cosplay community, grow up. Just grow up. Like, come on. You're telling me, like, oh my gosh, a person that has different beliefs than me, then I'm so offended. Gosh, I wonder. It's almost like people in real life actually has different beliefs than you, and you just decided to be offended because that apparently is just rolling out of your brain or something. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is the simple concept of just like, hey, not everyone's gonna agree with you, and when it comes to the political aspect, God forbid. I just you just love to see it. I just don't know. I mean, come on, let's be real. I don't give a damn about Trump or Kamala. All I give a damn about is like let them be themselves. Actually, I don't really give a damn at all. I'm not even the cosplay community. I don't ever give those freaking two turds about it. I don't know. I'm just saying, what's with the hate? That's pretty much, I'm going to make a series. What's with the hate? What's with the hate? What's with the hate with Celestium? What's with the hate with Melanie Mac? What's with the hate with this and that? I don't know, man. All I know is that we're losing our sense. And it just shows you, man. Final days. Well, love and peace and God bless.